Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode. So in last episode we had the draft and the re-sign stage. Unfortunately, in the re-sign stage we let go of quite a bit of players, including Jonathan Drouin, Thatcher Demko, I think fourth liners and whatnot. So we had a bit of a tough off season, but we got pretty much everybody back. So we have a pretty good roster still, but we're looking for a few more pieces just to make this roster that much better. We do need a goaltender. We need probably a defenseman and then also maybe another forward. So I wrote down some that I think I am going to go after. And one of them you guys might think I'm overpaying for just based on his age and overalls and all that sort of thing. But we are going to bring him in because he's like a perfect fit for like a fourth line for us. So as you can see, Patrice Bergeron wants 1 year. He's 78 overall and wants $3.4 million for a fourth line center. Now, the drawback is obviously his age and he could drop off more, but if you look at his stats still, he has 89 defensive awareness, 92 face-offs still. So this guy could still be a really good defensive fourth line like forward for us. And the thing is, we have trouble keeping the puck out of our net, so he could probably help out on that defensive side because the defense right now is not strong at all. So I think he could definitely help them out on the fourth line. So we're going to offer him a 1 year contract. We'll give him... Do we want to give him more than he wants? I don't think I can. Let's give him 1 year at 3.4. I don't know if any other team is going to want to offer him a contract, but we'll still do him anyways. Then I was looking for top four defensemen, and the one that jumps out to me the most is Ryan Pulock. He wants 4 years at $5 million. I'm not going to give him 4 years. I might give him a 1 year deal, but I would like to bring him in. He wants a bit more than 5, but maybe we'll just give him 5 anyways. Let's give him 5.2. But yeah, Ryan Pulock, he's actually pretty decent. He's more of an offensively minded defenseman, I think, to an extent. As you can see, his points is pretty decent. His plus minus not necessarily the greatest, but he has an 86 defensive awareness, so he could be still a good defenseman. He's got a really good shot as well, so he could be pretty good. He could end up being like a Brandon Montour 2.0 version, so I definitely want to bring him in. And then the final guy I need to bring in is a goaltender, and we are going to be offering one of the top goaltending free agents a contract, and that is Peter Mrazek. We're not going to be giving him 4 years as well. 1 year at 5.5. I think I could afford that, hopefully. Let's go 1 year at 5.6. So basically Mrazek, even though he's a lower overall, he actually simulates pretty well, unlike Thatcher Demko, so that's why I'm bringing him in. As you can see, last season he had a 36, 16, and 5 record, so he could come over here and pretty much like get us to the playoffs maybe. So we're going to sign him for a 1 year deal as well. Okay, so now that we have offered those contracts, let's advance today and see if we could get them. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we have enough cap space to get them all. No, I'm not trading Domi right now, even though I think the computer put him on the block. And let's see, we have got Patrice Bergeron, so welcome to maybe your favorite team growing up because you're from Quebec. Peter Mrazek has not accepted yet. He doesn't like the chemistry in our locker room. Pulock has accepted as well, so we still need that goaltender because Mrazek seems like he does not want to sign unless we give him more money, which we could technically do because we have 7.445 in cap space. He's still available. He's definitely the one I think I want to go after because like people like Saros, for example, yeah, they're not as good. So we'll go with another contract for Mrazek. We'll give him more than he wants just so he comes over here. This is going to put us up like right against the cap, but still we'll bring him in. And then that'll leave us with 1.445. We might end up shedding some of that cap during the season just because we might need to make some trades due to maybe players underperforming or something like that. So yeah, let's advance today to see if we can get Mrazek because I really would like. because him and Carey Price could pretty much split time. There you go. We got Mrazek. So we have our team, and I think we have a pretty good roster. So let's sim to next season, check out our lines, and see how good we are. Okay guys, so our lineup actually looks pretty damn balanced and really good. So as you can see, top line, Lafreniere, Kotkaniemi, and Gallagher, still pretty solid top line. Second line, we got Morgan Frost, Max Domi, and Cole Caulfield. So Cole Caulfield has grown all the way to an 85, so he comes off his minor league contract next season. And he's probably going to want a lot of money, which means we're going to probably have to let go of somebody like Gallagher meanwhile or something like that. Third line, we got Lehkonen, Suzuki, and Jacob Peltier has made the NHL, which I'm kind of surprised about because, like I said, the last time I had him in a GM mode, he didn't grow and he grew to like a 76 maximum, but it seems like in Montreal he's grown to an 83, so pretty happy with that acquiring him in that trade from Calgary that we got way back for like Shea Weber and whatnot. And then on the fourth line, we have Ryan Poehling, Patrice Bergeron, and just doesn't normally reach his potential, but he's up to an 81, so he's a pretty decent fourth liner. And then defensively, we got Hamonic and Montour. Hamonic has dropped down to an 81, so that's a bit risky, but he still does have some good defensive stats. Second pairing, we got Pulock and Shillington. Pulock has, so I think, no, he didn't drop off really. Well, maybe he did. He was an 84, I think, beforehand. And in the top six pairing is Mete and Olofsson. Goaltending wise, Mrazek's the starter because Carey Price has dropped down to an 81, which means he's probably in his last season, I think. He's probably in his last season, and he still has like 2 more years of contract technically after this, but it should not affect us because that's not how this game works. And then scratch-wise, we have Uyghur and Nick Cousins. So I think we have a pretty strong squad for the most part. And then special team-wise, I made sure that on the penalty kill that Ryan Poehling was getting first line time on both of them. He's been a really good short-handed player for us, and then also he's on the fourth line in this, and I know he's not going to like his ice time if he just plays on the fourth line only. So hopefully everybody likes their ice time and all that, and hopefully we simulate decently. Like I said, I think Patrice Bergeron on that fourth line is going to help us keep the puck out of the net a bit more. Because like we do have a weak goaltending combo. That's probably our main concern. Unless Mrazek plays like he did last year in New Jersey. Okay, so let's get started with the season simulation and see if we could maybe be one of those teams that just barely squeak into the playoffs. We'll probably do a couple months of this, like maybe, I'd say like up till January the 1st or February the 1st. I want to do a decent chunk again just so you guys could let me know who to trade for at the trade deadline depending on our situation where we are in the standings. Hopefully we have a good season. I don't even know what our team status is. I'll just actually check that after this preseason. See if we went up because we were listed as a rebuilder before. But I think it's usually based on how good your goaltending situation is. So Cole Caulfield had a really good preseason, so hopefully that transpires to the regular season. And we are listed as hopefuls, so if we make maybe some upgrades closer to the trade deadline, maybe we'll be like last year again and just barely miss or just barely make it the 7th round, who knows. That's my guess at least. So let's start up the 2023-24 season. Let's go 1 month already all the way to this game against the Rangers, see how we simulate. Hopefully we could keep the puck out of the net because of Patrice Bergeron. And hopefully Bergeron has like a lot of short-handed goals because he's like one of the main penalty killers we have. So we win the first 2 games of the season, and the first one was a shutout. So good one for Peter Mrazek there if he was in net. And then we dropped the next 2. Not good. One was in a shootout though. Yeah, this team might end up being like last year where they're kind of like bouncing between good and bad games. And we might just barely miss again. There's a win at 7-2, and then we lose 7-3. Huh. Yeah, we are kind of struggling a bit to keep the puck out of our net, but we are winning games, some of them. Keeping 500. Game against Boston is a shootout win, so we are 5-5-1. So not bad, not terrible, not good either. 5-5-1, at least we're staying right around 500 to start the season. We aren't having too long of a losing streak. Lafreniere is over a point per game. Let me actually check which contracts are up for renewal at the end of the season, just because if there's any guys we want to extend already. So Morgan Frost is definitely a guy I wouldn't mind bringing back, but he would be an RFA, so I could get him for less in the offseason still anyways. He only wants 2 years. You know what? Yeah, I'll give you your 2 years and 5.3. I just really like Morgan Frost. He's been a really good simulator for us. Like I think he had like 62 points last season or something like that, which was like the best out of any center on our team. So I think he could end up being a pretty good player for us if we keep him around for years to come. Okay, so let's go another month. We are just outside of a playoff spot. Not that that matters already. Let's go all the way to December the 1st. Hopefully we could string together some more wins this month. There's a win over the Rangers 5-3, and Frost accepted the contract renewal, which is good. We beat Colorado 6-3, which is kind of a surprise because they are a very good team. Brendan Gallagher has been injured with a mild concussion. That's not good, so I guess Nick Cousins is going to come in onto the top line, which is kind of a risky play, but whatever. Svechkovsky's been injured in the minors. Oh yeah, one thing we also have to keep note of is Carson Lambos is playing down in the minors. He's going to be in the NHL next season, so that's going to be a big boost to our defensive core if this guy grows into being an elite defender. He's like a 77 right now. I've never seen how good he actually gets in a franchise mode because he's an actual player in real life. So there's a 3-1 loss against Florida, and then we lose to Anaheim. Not good. Come on, boys. Let's string together more wins. There's another loss. That's 3 in a row. It's not good. Okay, so Svechkovsky's back for the minors. I don't know where he was slotted in. What overall was he? Oh, shit, McEachern is scratched. I didn't mean to do that. I should put McEachern in over Vladar, because McEachern is one of our prospect goaltenders that we signed in last episode. But Svechkovsky is a 72, which means he could play instead of Cole Fonstad, I think. Yeah, that's probably where he was playing. Yeah, we have a really good AHL club as well in terms of overall. Oh, Carson Lambos must have been sent back to the WHL. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, whatever. So yeah, I guess Lambos has one more year left in the WHL, and then he'll come over from there. I thought he was going to be AHL eligible this year, but I guess not. Jamie Alexiak. Now, that would also help strengthen our defensive core, but to give up a third and a fourth is a bit risky. And I don't know if we have the cap to do this. I don't think we do. Let me go to edit lines. Like, I'd have to probably send somebody down. Yeah, we would be over cap if we did this trade. Like, Jamie Alexiak is not a bad guy to bring in as a depth option. He's injured currently. I'm not going to do that trade. He would help us out definitely as like a depth defenseman or a top 6 pairing guy, but yeah, just I don't really want to trade for an injured defenseman too. It's just kind of weird. They should make it like the NBA where if the player is injured, you can't really do anything with them. I'm pretty sure that's a rule unless it's just an NBA 2K. So Tulipov has been injured in the minors. And so we are now 11-12-1, so we are still staying like 500, which is good, but is it good enough? Not really. Let's take a look at what lines are currently bad in defensive stats, and maybe we'll change them up a bit. See if that gives us more of a boost. So, oh yeah, Cole Caulfield actually is an 84, so I guess some of it was just for the preseason. So Bergeron's a -5, which is kind of weird, because normally he's not, so maybe it's a penalty killing unit. Yeah, it could be the penalty killing unit is Paling minus. Paling's a plus. And Yelonen's not minus really either, so it's definitely wherever Bergeron's slotted in. So maybe we don't put Bergeron on the 5-on-3 penalty kill, because it could be this pairing right here. Yeah, it definitely is this pairing. Well, maybe not. Well, Montour's on the top pairing in regular strength, so we'll take Bergeron off that part of the penalty kill. And we will throw in Nick Suzuki, I think. Yeah, we'll throw in Suzuki. Why not? It makes him a minus, that line a minus, so maybe we'll change him at Paling. No, that doesn't do anything. And it doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything, so we'll just leave it like that anyways. Suzuki's a good defensive forward, I think, so he will definitely help out there, I think. Depending if that was the line that was causing the problem. Because I know Patrice Bergeron, with his age, maybe he's just not getting it done as well defensively, so maybe he's just better as a fourth liner, not even on that part of the penalty kill. So let's go to the 17th, see if we could get more wins than losses this month. We're still hovering around 500. There's a 7-1 win over the Caps and a 2-1 OT loss against Tampa Bay. So yeah, we are still staying around 500 at the moment. There's back-to-back losses, which is not good. Bergeron was never injured. I know Patrice Bergeron's kind of a weak link, but he's still pretty good for his age. Like, he had like 50-something points here, so he should be better than what we have him overall-wise at. And there is 2 shootout losses in a row. Yeah, we're kind of struggling a bit lately. Tulipov is back, but I think he might have just been thrown into the lineup, right? Maybe not. Scratched. Nope, Tulipov needs to be back in instead of Fonstad. Because Fonstad, I believe, has no potential at all. Maybe he has top 9, but still. Yeah, we are kind of struggling a bit. We've lost now, yeah, quite a bit of games in a row, so I might make some more line changes. I don't know what the problem is with this team. Maybe we'll look at the standings and see if it's our penalty kill. Because if it's our penalty kill, maybe that's what we need. We're not allowing that much more goals than we're scoring, so it's not that bad defensively. Our power play is struggling a lot, and our penalty kill is as well. So yeah, we need to change up our special team lines and see if we could improve those a bit. So that is our problem at the moment, is our power play is not getting it done and all that. So what do we want to do here? Well, let's put Caulfield up here as a forward. Bring Gallagher to the second unit. Put Morgan Frost. Is Morgan Frost good defensively? No, not. Who's a good defensive forward? Jacob Pelletier is. Yeah, we could put Pelletier up there on the point. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Let's see. We could also go like. No, we'll leave Cole Caulfield in that part. And then penalty killing wise, I don't know what unit is not getting it done. It could, yeah, it's probably the top unit with Bergeron. Yeah, maybe we'll just have Bergeron play fourth line. Maybe it's too old for the penalty kill, because the second pairing is not that bad by comparison in plus minus. So it's definitely this first one. So we'll take Bergeron off, and we will put in Brendan Gallagher, because I think Gallagher had a lot of shorthanded goals last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he had 5 shorthanded goals last season. I didn't tell you guys that, but he had 5 shorthanded goals. So we're going to put him on the penalty killing unit to maybe give our penalty kills some lethal offense or something. Okay, so let's go another 2 weeks up to January the 1st. We probably will go to February the 1st in this episode, I think. Maybe not. It's already at around 22 minutes, but there is a gap where I had to edit the lines. So, yeah, we'll go up to February the 1st. And then we will see where we are sitting in the standings and all that. And I'll take a look at the trading block. I'll show you guys also the draft class again, just because I have not seen it yet. So, there is back-to-back wins since the line change in both good defensive games. I like how good defensively we're playing. Like, it seems like we're keeping close with all these teams in the league pretty much at the moment. There's back-to-back losses. Can we beat Pittsburgh, though? Yes, we do. 9-0. Jeez. Yeah, Pittsburgh is definitely dropping off, and we lose 7-3 to Ottawa. So we're still a really streaky team. Like, we win games good, and then we lose them. So we're 16, 19, and 4. Let's go one more month, and then yeah, we will see where we are sitting. Hopefully we could get above 500 this month, or close to 500 at least, because we are kind of now dropping games in a row. Come on, boys. We beat Ottawa 4-2. Nice. Can we beat Chicago? Yes, we can. Yeah, this team is a really streaky team. They win like a couple in a row, then they lose a couple in a row. which is kind of what you expect with a hopeful team, I guess. We beat Boston there, and we beat Columbus. I think Mrazek's actually doing a pretty good job. He's a pretty good simulator. Yep, there's 4 straight wins now, and we are really close to 500 again. I like that we're at least keeping 500, because then that makes my job easier when we have to make a trade at the deadline, maybe to get us into the playoffs or something like that. So we are 22, 23, and 5, and we are exactly 28 days away from the trade deadline. So let's take a look at our player stats and all that so far for this season, and then you guys could kind of let me know maybe who we should be moving out, because maybe somebody's really underperforming and all that. So let's go by forwards first. So Kotkaniemi's got 44 points, but he's a -1. Caulfield's got 42 points. Lafreniere's got 38 points. Gallagher's 32. Domi 32. Yeah, we're getting some good production. Like Peltier's got 24 points in his first season. Yelonen's got 18. Bergeron's got 15, and he's a -9 still, but whatever. And not bad. Yeah, the forward core is pretty good at the moment for points, I think. And then defenseman, is the defense struggling a bit? Yeah, every defensive pairing except for the top, except for Montour and Hamonic are struggling in terms of plus minus. Montour's got 28 points, Pulock's got 15, Hamonic's got 12, Shillington with 12, Olofsson with 7, and Mete with only 3 points. Yeah, Mete might be somebody that we move out. He's he was listed as a top 4 defenseman as an 81. That's why he's losing morale due to ice time. We might have to give him some more ice time. That's why he's only got 3 points. Because like last year he had 18, and then a few years ago he had 28 points, but he's getting probably way less ice time. Yeah, he's getting only 11 minutes. So yeah, we're probably going to have to give him a bit more time in the lineup, goaltending wise, or we could trade him for a better defenseman, which I kind of like that idea if you guys think that's a good idea to do. Mrazek's been really good. Carey Price, on the other hand, has not played like Carey Price, and it's probably because he's dropping off. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. So maybe we want to find a better backup goaltender. Not that I'm saying to move out Carey Price, but Carey Price has not been playing that good. And maybe we upgrade Mete, because Mete is complaining about ice time. Like maybe we find an actual top 6 defenseman to trade for. Let's take a look at our team stats so far for the season. So we are probably just out of a playoff spot. I'm guessing the Metropolitan is really strong. We are scoring more than we're allowing, so that's a really good sign. Power play percentage has gone up since the changes, because I think it was at like 16%. Now it's up to 18. And our penalty kill has also improved since. So that is good. We are definitely getting better. It's just if we need to find a way to get that defensive core to keep the puck out of the net as well, because I think Bergeron's been okay with that, even though he's a -9. But our defense is the main problem right now. Maybe it's Mete. I don't know. Okay, so let's take a look at the trading block, and then we'll take a look at the draft class, and then that'll be it for this episode. And then you guys can let me know if there's anything we should be doing for next episode, like trading wise. So if we are looking for an upgrade for Mete, I might actually do the trade finder thing as well quickly. See if there's any defenseman that could help out. Let's see, there's still nobody at the moment. All these guys are like top 4 defensemen, which I can't bring in the top 4 to play on the top 6. Unless I gave him like power play or penalty kill time, but it makes no sense. Still all top 4 defensemen. Wow, there's like no top 6 defensemen on the block. Oh, there's some, but they're not that good. Radko Gudas, who's got 3 years left. Jeez, San Jose. And Marco Scandella, and then Dumoulin's probably at top 4. Anybody else? And doesn't look like it at all. Yep, there is no more defensemen on the block. That is weird. Okay, so that's weird. Let's actually just go to find trade and see if there's a deal that we could potentially get for Victor Mete, and maybe we could upgrade him. on the defensive core. So sort by overall, Somete is 79 because he's dropping off. And let's see if we could find a defenseman for him. So we could get Marcus Nudavara, but I don't know if he's much of an upgrade. And a third and a fourth. Euro Vikainen. That's an actual good top 4 defenseman, I think, based on his salary. Philip Hronik. I don't know if any of these guys make sense to trade for, though. And Connor Hobbs. If you guys think I should do any of those trades, let me know. Or we could trade for somebody on the block instead. Let's take a quick look at the draft class, because maybe we want to just drop off and get whoever's number 1. Maxim Grigorenko, which we know nothing about in Russia. This guy could be an elite forward. He could be a franchise forward. There's also Junior Carlos, Jeffrey Tapper, Damien Riddle. Some interesting names. Bruce Swift, the brother of Taylor Swift, you know? Joking. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of interesting guys, it looks like. Yeah, it could be a really deep draft class if these guys are elite. So, yeah, we might be able to still get somebody even if we contend in the playoffs or not. Let's just take a look at if there is any gems. Because I don't think I've seen that gem in quite a while. Yeah, there's still no gems. It could be because we have auto scouting on, or that sorting thing doesn't really work that well. So I think that's it. Let's actually take a look at progress reports, even though we are in the middle of the season. Just want to see how good Carson Lambos has been doing in terms of the QMJHL and our other defenseman that we drafted just last episode. So overall wise, Lambos is listed as a depth defender, so he's definitely going to be in the NHL next year. He's almost point per game in the WHL, so that's nice. And then our other defenseman who we just drafted in last episode, where is he? Zimmerman. He's up to a 70 overall at 18. And he is playing pretty good still. Not as good as last year, it looks like, but still pretty good. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode. So in the next episode, we might make a few trades just to upgrade this team a bit. And hopefully this time around, we could get into the playoffs. Because last time we made some trades, it didn't really backfire, but we just barely missed out. And I would rather be a team that just barely makes it than just barely missing the playoffs. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.